here we go with another new one. I've never played this before. As I was saying, this is a new one. I've never played it before. I actually don't know what it is, other than I know it is not in the right. Well, that's weird. I set the screen resolution, and it still gets. Okay, my third try at grabbing some footage of this game. I'm your poorly aging sarcastic PC witty gamer. This is YouTube's poorly aging sarcastic PC witty gamer channel where you're falling in love in stereo. As I said, I've never played this game before. I actually don't know what it's going to be. So in search mode, you will identify coordinates on the moon based on photographs. Is it me or does that sound incredibly boring? In free mode, you can place objects, take photos, and ride the rover. Let's start with free mode, I suppose. Oh, look at that. They have the Earth being a globe. Isn't that funny? Okay, we're back to here again. When you don't tell me what to do, I'm likely to get it wrong. I don't know. It doesn't look very moony to me. Photo mode. Take photos with customizable settings. So I brought my cell phone to the moon. Object placement mode. You can place props. Is that supposed to be an American flag? Because it doesn't look very American. I don't see the stars and the stripes. I'm not seeing them at all forever. Speed limit removal. Celestial cycle speed. Time reversal is also possible. Is it possible to play this game? This is me, apparently. Real moon, I see you. I can't remember the lyrics to that song. Does that make me right or wrong? Looks like I've gotten into a lower section. I can press shift to run. Apparently they want me to go down into that valley. That valley's so low. I'm starting to see why there's not a lot of games, set on the moon. Okay, it goes between walk and run by hitting shift. Okay, I'm thinking this isn't a game. This is a poorly done simulation of what it would have been like had we really gone to the moon. It's a joke. I'm not really a conspiracy theorist that doesn't think we went to the moon. I hear from them all the time in Discord, of course. But, it does bring up some questions, like, what is my purpose here? And wouldn't it be safer if, like, I was with other people or at least another person? I mean, if I'm here all alone, first of all, if I came down in, like, you know, a moon landing vehicle, did I come down by myself? If so, are there other astronauts orbiting somewhere overhead? Because I don't see them. I'm not hearing them. And if I did come, you know, in a lunar lander, which probably would have made a better game than this, did I come down with somebody else or not? Because if I did, are they, like, waiting somewhere in the lunar lander? Well, I'm out here doing all of this. Now, what's with the... Oh, so it's not... It says real moon, but it's not real moon because, as you can see, I have encountered a barrier. So apparently I've gone as far as I can go in that direction. I think this is probably going to be the last video I will shoot of this. I'm not getting a lot out of this. It kind of reminds me of, there's a piece of software that they call a game, but I didn't find any game in it, called the Orville. It's based on the ship that they travel around in on that TV show, and I did enjoy that TV show, by the way. But there's no game in it. You just walk around, as far as I remember anyway, and you go from one room in the Orville to another room in the Orville and things like that. Which is interesting, but, you know, once you do it for a few minutes, you go, okay, why did I download this? I'm done. This is called Real Moon. It doesn't look like the real moon to me, but again, spoiler alert, I have never been on the real moon. I've just seen pictures and video of those who have been to the real moon. Oh, and I've talked to people who've been on the real moon. That's right. They sent the astronauts out to our schools, you know, when I was growing up. So, like, there would be an assembly, And real astronauts that walked on the moon would address the student body. If I remember correctly, my brother Jeff, like, won some prize. It was a drawing, but he won some prize that he got from a astronaut. I think they were trying to, use the astronauts to tell people to stay in school and do well in science and things like that. Now, I have no idea, looking back, whether the astronauts were the best scientists or not. Because weren't they all like pilots before that? And I'm not saying you can't be a good pilot and have good science scores. I'm certainly not saying that. My brother was really, really into particular things. And I probably remember them the most because he was younger than me, so I was older, and so they're part of my childhood, as well. Like when my brother was young, he was really, really into JFK, and what's odd about that is my brother's 4 years younger than me, and so he wasn't alive when JFK was. My brother was born a few years after the assassination, but he was way into John F. Kennedy. I don't know if he still is. My brother is 59 right now, and I don't know. I mean, I know some things he likes. He likes the Grateful Dead. He likes going to concerts and I guess hanging out with his friends. He appears to love his wife. That's a good thing. And then he was into the whole space thing. Now, when I grew up, most boys, were into dinosaurs, and then rockets. We were growing up at a time when rockets and going to the moon were very pushed. When I was born, nobody had ever been to the moon. I'm that old. And so my brother Jeff was very into the whole space thing, going to the moon, all of that. Again, I don't know if he still is. It was a different era, and so it's really hard to explain what it was like. Even if we were to go back to the moon now, which, we haven't done, but even if we were to go back to the moon now, it wouldn't be the same because it wouldn't be the first time. And of course, when we went to the moon the first time, people didn't have internet in their homes. And so it would affect mankind a whole lot differently if we were to go back to the moon. Is it worth doing? I don't know. I could tell you one thing. Well, let me tell you a few things. This doesn't look real to me, and I'm pointing out real because it calls itself real moon. This doesn't seem to be the real moon to me. For a number of reasons. One is, if this is the real moon, where's the ship that I landed on? I mean, I don't think I came here in an asteroid. So when I look around, I mean, obviously there's hills and all of that. But at some point in this journey, I should have seen my landing spot. And I've already pointed out how foolish it would be for one astronaut to just go out running around on the moon by himself, unless he has a death wish. I mean, you know, what if I trip and fall into one of these ravines? What if something goes wrong? If I have a buddy, we can help each other, but if I don't have a buddy, if something goes wrong bad enough, I just die out here. There seems to be no insignia on my astronaut suit saying that I'm from Korea or the United States or Canada or Brazil or Japan or Switzerland, New Zealand, South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. I don't seem to be in radio contact with anybody. Have I committed some crime? And I've been abandoned on the moon? I mean, that would be cruel because I don't see any flora or fauna or water supply or anything like that. So if I've just been abandoned here for some horrible crime, I'm gonna die. Okay, let's place an object because I'm more than a little bored with this now. I'm gonna place a rocket. Okay, I'm confused about this. Object placement. Object rocket. Okay, I guess I don't understand why I'm placing rockets on the moon. Rockets that are too small for me to have ever arrived on the moon in. And I can place little astronaut figurines on the moon. I can place rovers on the moon. They are not red rovers, however. I can plant flags on the moon. They're not American, Korean, Kenyan, Canadian, Alaskan, Russian, I'm not sure what the purpose of a flag is if it has no identifier on it. A black plate. So somebody put a lot of time into creating this simulation, no doubt. And when they were considering what the astronaut would actually do on the surface, he or she said they're going to place black plates that look like walls, little figurines, beach balls bigger than them. So we're basically going to litter. I don't think my brother would approve of that. Warning, too many objects, performance may suffer. Studio lights. See, turns out this all was shot in a studio. A blow-up penguin, as opposed to a space penguin. A Kagami Muchi. Well, the Kagami Muchi is so small I can't even see what it is. I'm not the kind of guy who says Kagami Muchi every day of my life. Space penguin, can you hear me? Space penguin, can you see me? Are you somewhere up above? And am I still your own true love? Space penguin, answer me, please. And playing with big beach balls isn't nearly as fun either when you're alone and realizing that you're probably gonna die. And, you know, we've already been over the flag problems. Now, one last thing we're going to do that I know of, after we're done placing all these things and ignoring all the warnings that performance may suffer, once we get done littering the planet, we are going to ride the rover. Oh, let's check out the photo mode first. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Open photo, X to take a photo. Okay. Doesn't seem to be taking a photo. Not that I'm so interested in a photo of here anyway. Okay, let's turn off photo mode and ride the rover. Hey, rover, come back! Oh, rover got to the edge of the Okay, so it says we're riding the rover. Do you see us? Because I don't. So I doubt that we're actually riding it. And apparently I can't play soccer with the big beach balls from the rover. Well, we're going to try. Okay. Oh, we're to the edge of the known world. Oh, remove the limit. It says pressing Q will do that. It doesn't seem to do that. Oh, I get it now. See that little ladder there and that door? It's saying we're so small that we are inside this rover. The rover looks like the size of a football field then. Okay. Now we got out of the rover and we have very much littered the planet. I think we did what we came here to do. Control, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go to search mode. Right here on your favorite YouTube channel, the Poorly Aging Sarcastic PC Witty Gamer channel. Oh, now I got footprints. This is mission control. Apparently they can't speak. Confirmed arrival on moon. Why are they confirming my arrival on the moon? I should be confirming with them that I have arrived on the moon. And by the way, why can't I hear them? Before starting operations, confirm walking under low gravity. Really? This is the game? You've had plenty of underwater training, but it's your first time on the actual moon. No, I was here just a little while ago. Remember the little statues, the walls I built? I drove around in the rover. If there had been somebody else in a rover, that would have been cool. And if it had been a red rover, that would have been nice. You know, the other guy in a rover, me in a rover. Somebody says, red rover, send astronaut me over. Over. Tutorial was D move. Forward, backwards, right, and left. Shift to run. Looks to me like he's skipping. Not the most masculine thing to do. This is mission control. Yeah, you don't have to keep saying this is mission control because I'm not getting a lot of calls, okay, here on the moon. So it's not like some random person's going to call up and say, hey, about your Windows computer, this is Microsoft. My name is John Smith. I will help you. Send me Apple gift cards. So, let's just assume anytime I receive a transmission, it's from mission control. These people. Walking and bunny hopping seems to be fine. Now let me explain this mission again. Oh, please do. There are 3 photos taken by the unmanned spacecraft in advance. You mean like a drone? I've received it correctly as image data. Now you're going into first person? Remember, you were mission control. I never thought mission control was like one guy. Hey, I'm Fred. I'm mission control. I'm going to control astronauts on the moon. Actually, just one astronaut on the moon. I'm going to forget the first time when he created all the beach balls and the little figurines and everything, and tell him it's his first time now. You with me? I'm Fred. I'm mission control. The coordinates for these shots are missing for some reason. And I would care why. I've analyzed the approximate locations of the shots, but the goal this time is to pinpoint the exact positions. Why? And by the way, this sounds like something the drone or a computer could do a lot more efficiently than a vulnerable human being out on the surface of the moon. I'll transfer the data image while moving. You're moving? First, proceed to the estimated location of the first photo. I haven't even seen the first photo. How do I know what location it is? You know, I'm not an expert on the moon. You may not know this, but it's the first time I've ever been here. And basically all I've done since I got here was run around to barriers, lay down a couple of rovers, make some beach balls, some yamigami, or some little figurines in a language I don't speak, and then astronaut figurines, and then there were like soccer balls that didn't have the soccer pattern on them, so they weren't black and white or anything. And there were beach balls. Forget, you don't want to hear about this. I barely want to say it. Oh, okay. They want me to go to the green area, I guess. Dude, try not to skip. You may want a girlfriend someday, and, you know, she should be the feminine one. Okay, I don't know how to get up to the location spot because it's way in the air. This is mission. Yeah, I know who's calling. We've been over this. I'm not going to be getting a bunch of random calls while I'm here on the moon, okay? I know it's you, Mission Control. It's not, you know, mommy checking in. Dear, did you pack clean underwear? You never know when you might end up in a hospital someday. Mom, there's no hospitals on the moon. If I have an accident, it's just over because nobody even came to the moon with me. The point where the photo was taken should be somewhere around there. Why do I care? You're telling me I've been sent all the way from the Earth to the moon, spending billions, if not trillions of dollars, taxpayer dollars, so that I can locate where some pictures were taken? This is the best you could think of for me to do on the moon? I mean, I could be playing football if you had sent other people. I could be golfing. I mean, you know, the astronauts actually did golf on the moon. This is the first photo. I've marked the points of interest in the image. Well, let me be frank. I'm not interested at all. Identify the photo coordinates based on the mountain ridges and crater features. Why? All right, let's get started with the task. Let's? You're not here. I'm the only one here. I'm the only Let. You could call me Leon Let. This is Mission Control. Yes, I know who's calling. You're not the library telling me to return my books. Every call will be from Mission Control. I get that. Verification shows the photo wasn't taken at this location. Well, you're the one who said it was. I'm the one who said I don't care. Adjust the location and recheck. This is Mission Control. I know who's calling, moron. Verification shows the photo wasn't taken at this location. Adjust the location and recheck. This is Mission Control. You really don't get it, do you? You're the only one that has communication with me right now. I know who it is. This would be like, you know, when they first were inventing the telephone, one guy calls the other and says, "Guess who?" If there's only two phones in the world, and you know who you're testing with, you know who's on the other end. You don't have to say this is Mission Control. In fact, you're annoying me when you do that. Verification shows the photo wasn't taken at this location. Adjust the location and recheck. I am really wondering why any of this matters. This is Mission Control. Yeah, I know. It's not the American Cancer Society calling for a donation. Verification shows the photo wasn't taken at this location. I know, but I got a 32%. You never give me credit for the things I get right. You just complain. This is Mission Control. Listen, don't tell me this is Mission Control anymore, or I will not answer. I will ghost you right here on your favorite YouTube channel, the poorly aging, sarcastic, PC Witty Gamer channel, where you're falling in love in stereo. I guess this would be a good time to say, I don't give a rat's patoot where your stupid pictures were taken, and you haven't given me any reason why I need to know where your stupid photos were taken. So, in order that I can actually do good gaming videos, I'm gonna put this one an end to this one and actually uninstall Real Moon. I hope I didn't pay for it. If I did, I'm gonna feel so stupid when I realize that. In the meantime, we are getting ready for a very, very happy new year. Please like and subscribe. Subscribing, liking, giving a thumbs up to a video, leaving non-profane, non-threatening comments below. It lets YouTube know that you like what I'm doing. It lets me know that you don't completely 100% hate what I'm doing. There's a tiny chance you got something out of one of the close to 700 videos I've uploaded. That's what it does. Could you do that? Could you give a thumbs up? Could you like? Could you subscribe? In any case, I want to thank you for being here. I started the channel, I believe, in, I'm going to say March. Could have been April, but at least March. There's 115 subscribers and around 700 videos, including the shorts. So I want to thank everybody who's been along on this journey. I plan to keep going for the year 2026. And I believe that by the end of 2026, I will have well in excess of 230 subscribers. I mention that because if I don't do better in the coming year than I did in the previous year, I'd probably drop this experiment. Speaking of dropping an experiment, I am done with Real Moon. Thank you. I'm very grateful that you've chosen to spend some of your day with me today. Have a good one. I guarantee the next video will be better than this. When you go to exit this game, it takes you out to the title menu. You have to start the game again, and then it brings up a menu so that you can quit. It's ridiculous. So, like, if you're playing, this is what it does. It takes you out here. Then you got to press any key to start. So you look around for the any key and all that. Then you start it. Is that the any key? There you go. Then only then, what is right notice? The lunar terrain in this game is the result of collaborative research with JAXA, DEM data used for the distant terrain. The distant terrain in this game uses the high-resolution lunar topography dataset, SLED-DEM 2015. These data are based on topographical databases published by the Planetary Geodesy Data Archival (PGDA) Product ID 54 of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center (GSFC). Reference Barker, M.K. Mazzarico, E. Newman, G.A. Zuber, M.T. Haruyama, J. and Smith, D.E. 2016, a new lunar digital elevation model from the Lunar Orbiter Laser Altimeter and Selene Terran camera. Icarus 273345355. HTTPS colon, or is that a semicolon? I think that's a colon. //doi.org 10.1016 / Icarus 2015.07.039. See, they did find a way to make the game even more boring. Right notice. I don't know what they mean by right notice, but I know what I mean by saying I am never wanting to play this game again as long as I live plus 60 days.